So this is how a typical developing African neighborhood looks like at night. It is a time when many go out for dates, both boys and girls, men and women. Some seize the opportunity to go out for those perfect dates, while it's time for some to go out for destruction. When I talk of destruction, I talk of men of the underworld, armed bandits going out to destroy. So let's move about and feed our eyes and see what this African neighborhood has got to offer. This is Oja in the capital city of Cameroon, Yaoundé. So let's move around and see how the night looks like in this part of the country. Let's move it. And we've got a dog over there that is security. I'm a thief. So we are moving it, trying to see how this part of the country looks like. This is Oja in the capital city of Cameroon, Yaoundé. So we have men and women, boys and girls in all of the bars, small bars in the neighborhood, yeah, trying to take a beer or two, to shake off the stress during the day. Both blue collar and white collar workers. The empty streets. Now we only have vehicles passing by and a few pedestrians. The streets are glowing up with street lights at night. This is the main road though. And this is where it all happens. The good, the bad, and the ugly. As lots of people come out at this time to have a beer or two. And definitely so many things go wrong. A few pedestrians, the filling station, the junction, popularly known as the Carrefour. This is where people come gather to have a beer or two. Yeah, eating all of the junk food in the junctions and so on. As much as we have those crowded areas, the crowded areas, we also have places like this that are so deserted in the streets, We only have vehicles passing by, like you don't even see a single soul at this point, in places like this. So let's move it and see what more you can see at this time. We still find the small snack bars by the road. Just a few people though, but having fun. This is how it looks like at night. So Oja is one of those fast developing neighborhoods close to the Yaoundé-Simalé airport. It's just a few kilometers away from the Yaoundé-Simalé International Airport. When I talk of development, we have got amazing houses in this part of the city. When I talk of amazing houses, great houses, and I think this is going to be like one of the biggest neighborhoods in years to come. Probably in years to come, I must tell you. And if you want to visit, a developing neighborhood in this part of the world, Cameroon, Africa, and if you come to, let's say you come to Yaoundé, you want to visit a true developing African neighborhood, you think of Oja. Come to this part of the country, come to this part of the city, and probably you're going to love it. And you want to build a house, I think probably land is quite cheap, in this part of the city. Those standing by the roadside and we move on to see what the night is all about in this part of the country. What we can see, and discover. We move it. The late hours of the night. Stores are closed. The road becomes scary. Trucks going back home. And as we get into the quarters, the neighborhoods themselves, there are all the smaller neighborhoods. It becomes darker because we definitely do not have street lights in this part of the country. Oh, in this part of the neighborhood. It becomes so dark that you don't even see far ahead of you. Scary and scarier. But we have to move it to see what we've got to see. The green grass turned brown. It's brown now. The road becomes darker and darker due to lack of street lights. This is how the neighborhoods look like inside. When you leave the main road and get inside the neighborhoods themselves, this is what you get to discover in Africa, a typical developing African neighborhood. The coconuts. And we have houses all around, but no street lights. Anything can happen. The blacksmith's shop, so I saw. And as I moved forward, I could hear some few voices, but couldn't see who they were. Just lights flashing. A typical African neighborhood. This is how it looks like at night. I now see those people from the flash of the vehicle. So here we are in the dark, dusty, and scary path, in this neighborhood. You can't actually see my face, but I'm here because it's so dark. We don't have street lights on here, Even if we have street lights, we've got just maybe one, And by the time I get closer, you might see my face. But right now, you can't see my face because it's so dark in this lonely path. This is how I move each day. I have to go through this path each day to get home. Now, I think you're beginning to see my face, right? So let's just move it. Let's keep walking. This is how a typical developing African neighborhood looks like. And I tell you, in years to come, you're gonna love this neighborhood because we've got beautiful houses coming up on here. You're gonna love this neighborhood in years to come. Beautiful houses, yeah. As I moved deeper, the streets became darker. Only security lights could be seen on the walls of buildings. And I think we've seen enough of how a typical developing African neighborhood looks like at night. We've had a good ride, and I know you can't see my face right now. This is definitely how a typical developing African neighborhood looks like at night. So catch you on some other video. Hopefully we're gonna keep on rocking the streets together, doing so many other beautiful videos. Bye bye. Don't forget to click on subscribe and the bell icon for post notifications. It's your boy Clovis on here. Catch you on some other video.